one of you guys. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are African traditional science by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, as you're being notified that we are live, thank you so much for being a part of this spiritual family. To all of my melanated brothers and sisters all around the globe. On this particular platform, we teach about real magic, real energy, frequency, and vibration. And we utilize these particular traditions or utilize these particular arts in order to harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration, to get our prayers answered, to get our petitions going, to get workings done. And so to each and every one of you guys, I have been doing magic since I have been a child. I am 51 years of age. On this December coming, I will be 52 years of age. What's up, Mama Susan, mother of the church, Gemini in the house. Then I got Sagittarius in the house from Philadelphia, Chris. To each and every one of you guys, giving each and every one of you guys an opportunity to engage with somebody that lives this life and allows myself to be used by spirit and so much more. What's up, Kimberly Peoples? What's up, baby? Then I got my baby Scorpio in the house. Thank you so much for that. What's up, my Boaz? And then I got my Karen O'Brien. To each and one of you and all of you all, we want to say, first of all, in honor of my Padrino and my Madrina and my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters all around the globe that practice the ATR, that's in my fellow apostles, pastors, teachers, and evangelists. Any magical working, anybody that is here for that. What's up, my Virgo? What's up, my Karen O'Brien? These are the things that I endeavor to do. What's up, my 69? What's in the house? A lot of times when I'm on the platform, a lot of times people don't understand where I'm coming from. And I have been relentless trying to educate so grown men and women, especially melanated people, can have a more informational based decision on who I am and why I do what I do and why I say the things that I say. First of all, my love for the divine, my love for spirituality, and then quite naturally my love for people. And in that I have my ups and downs. And one of the things that I am crowned Mafedifun Oya Yanza and Mafedifun Babluaye. I'm rocking Obatala in honor of the birth canal by which I came into the ATRs through Obatala, Timlatira, and Paulo. If you haven't followed me for 2 hours, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, you know that I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is Aries, and rising sign Pisces, and I keep it real. What's up, my Demetrius, my Gemini in the house? I'm going to say this before I get into what I'm going to talk about. First of all, we want to show our love to my baby Scorpio. She lost her nephew early this morning. I have been in contact with her. We have been doing certain things. But one of the things that, and later in her life, but she tells me she appreciates me, but later in life, because that's what happened with my spiritual dad, you start understanding as you grow and you develop and you go through things, how much somebody really has it for you. How much it ain't, and this is what I was saying about people demeaning my relationships with people regarding money. And what I went through with Mr. Mario and many other, being honest with people, even when there's things that you wish you could alter, you had time to alter, people have the resources to alter, but what I was doing in the midst of a situation was I was giving her sound counsel, rational counsel, realistic counsel. And so therefore when somebody goes through something, it makes it easier. Oh Lord, I forgot to turn on my do not disturb. You cannot practice certain real magic, real spirituality, real conjure, if you don't understand your role in people's life. You can't have good spiritual relationships and healthy relationships. And so earlier, and those that know, I have not been in the best of health, and so I have been recuperating. I took a couple of days off from work, but my love for my baby Scorpio and what was going on, I came on earlier, and many of you guys help contribute finances. Mother Susan's here with me. Contribute finances, donated money to where I can go out and do certain ceremonies that I want to do for this young man. And the reason why I say I have to do different conjures depending on how long the soul has been on the earth. Minister Mario was up 44 years of age. He was initiate, so ceremonies were done very differently. When a child passes, their ceremonies have to be different. And so this is what people got to understand when you dealing with people's loved ones. My baby Scorpio is the auntie. She's not the mother. I can handle situations very, very differently if it's the mother or the father. Always, if you claim to be a Tata, Mambo, Hugon, Apostle, Pastor, you always have to respect the vessels that brought that child there. Okay? They're still going to hurt. They're still going to miss the individual. But when you are knowledgeable of how to handle delicate situations like this, it makes it easier. It's not easy. I would never tell anybody on any spectrum. I don't care if your loved one lived to be 900 years. You're still going to hurt. You're going to still miss them. Once you bond with somebody or a child or individual, it is what it is. And so there are going to be always instances and circumstances. One of the things that I wanted to give her in her process is I wanted to give her things that I had by her being proactive, trying to intervene and do things to help him in his process, as young as he was. Because when you go through, you want to know that you did what you could. You want to know that you put your hands to the plow. Whether you could change the events that took place or not, you're going to always need a peace of mind. One of the things that have always troubled me and my grandmother, because there's nothing I could have done because I wasn't operating my healing gifts until I turned 18. My grandma passed 18 when I was 18. And so by Keish already being a part of our spiritual tribe, already being a part of this, these are the things that I'm trying to teach you all. You can't just out here be doing spells. You can't just be out here doing conjure. You can't just be out here rattling off spiritual information. You have to know how to address and proper protocol, how to address people and places and things. So one of the things I did with her, because she has a relationship with me. What's up, my Ryan? Jimmy, this is not the time for y'all bullshit. So one of the things that I did with Keish is I said, okay, this is what you can do as an auntie. Because that's your sister, that's your nephew. Talk to your sister and see what she's willing to do. Because if you are going to practice root work, conjure, Mr. Obia, it is always better. I'm not saying that the mother carried that child. So she has an umbilical cord. That's why we talk about Osun Mare. Because Osun Mare deals with the umbilical cord. So whether they're Christian, that mother has a distinct relationship with that child, male or female, because of that umbilical cord. And so it is always better. My spiritual brother, he's Haitian. One of the things that he did was when his child was born, he kept the umbilical cord. So every child that he had, he always kept the umbilical cord in case somebody worked on his children. What a joke. Okay. This is a serious situation. So let me address the white people that's coming here. White people, find you somewhere else to go and express who gives a fuck about what you're saying. We don't care nothing about your fucking Jesus. We don't care nothing about your bloodthirsty religion. We don't care nothing about how you care about how we conduct ourselves as African spiritualists. We're not concerned about your fucking system. One of the things that we are very proud of, that the sun, the solar energy that is out there is killing white people day by day. So you got more to worry about than worried about how I'm dressed, how I adorn myself, and how I'm addressing melanated people. I don't care nothing about your Christianity, because it has did nothing but fuck over black people. Okay? And so therefore, in honor and respect of what we do on this particular platform and what we support on this platform, y'all find somewhere else, find you a nice, speedy intersection where, you know how y'all live in y'all whiteness and y'all white privilege, how y'all feel like y'all have the right to run, the laws don't apply to y'all, and y'all find an intersection that's busy and where y'all can meet together. And hopefully y'all bring yourself to the land of the ancestors. That's what we want y'all to do. Believe that all y'all are above the law and find you an intersection that y'all can meet together, okay? Now, back to melanated people and our practices and why we practice them the way that we do. No matter whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And so my thing was to start securing her as a water sign, a Scorpio fixed. It starts securing her mind and her emotions. So the reason why most people work with the mother is because of that umbilical cord. Positive, this is why being a mother is so important and understanding your role no matter what you practice and how you get down. So this is why educating a woman empowers the community. Giving her knowledge, giving her resources, giving her safety secures all life forms. This is why we are endeavoring on this platform to reimagine what black women and black melanated women can be, and start protecting them in a way that they can start feeling safe to walk in their feminine energy, and then becoming the healers and becoming the protectors in the sense of motherhood for all life forms that come from them. So I wanted to say that, and so she did get a chance to talk to her sister, and so we were already working but behind the ball, and I was very honest with my baby Scorpio where we were in the situation and the actual working that needed to be done they couldn't afford. And so and I can't put my life on, because I would have to exchange energy for energy. In this case, I would have to change a life for a life. So I would have to go through another ceremony that heavy in order to turn things around, and I had to keep myself cleansed because I'm just coming out of a ceremony. So I explained that. So a lot of times dealing with people, your heart can be in a place and you can want to do something, but I knew that I needed certain things even if I was going to do it, and those resources were not there. This is why I encourage her to keep burning her incense and the things that she's doing for her baby, her child. I am not out here to make nobody do nothing. I want everybody to be clear on my purpose. I am giving an opportunity to melanated people, somebody that's been doing magic all my life that has a higher success rate more than most. I be real, I be rational, I be giving knowledge so you can be in a place, a position of power. Because at the end of the day, sir and ma'am, it's your loved one. If you're not getting graveyard work, or you're not 13 circle, you're not doing any of that, that ain't on me. Because when I'm going through what I'm going through, I should really be bedridden. For all the stuff that I have been going through, I should be bedridden. I shouldn't be able to go walk around. I shouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff because of the things that I've been going through. But because I have taken preventative action, and most of you guys know I believe in taking preventative action. I don't wait till I get sick. I don't wait till I have a financial situation. I don't wait till I get in a warfare. I do workings before things happen, and so therefore it always and has always put me in a better position no matter what I was going through. And being in a position gives you options, and that, to me, sir and ma'am, that's wisdom. And especially to my younger people that are not being taught these things in their life. So not only that, my concern is for the young soul that is transitioning. He's not going to transition fully until his body is laid to rest. A spirit stays with that body until that body is either cremated or laid, some type of writ giving it permission to disperse completely from the body. So the spirit will travel, even a child, for 365 days. So there are certain venerations that we're going to be doing because Keisha's my baby. Then she has her own little bambino. But I'm going to teach her, even in this, why she should be glad that she's a Scorpio. Why she should be glad that she has already access to certain levels of knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And that she is a part of a real spiritual tribe. Like, when I tell you, baby Scorpio, it did not take long when I mentioned your situation, because Keisha did not ask me to do this, that people started moving. in your behalf. That's what tribal love is. That's what being a part of a spiritual community is about. That's when they say it takes a village to raise a child, because we genuinely care about what is going on or going with our individual in this particular setting. So if you're a part of this tribe and you want us to care about you, but you don't want to care about us, this ain't the tribe for you. Because people got bills, responsibility, but when they hear from me about what I want to do for somebody, they move into action. What's up, my Natasha Foster, my Aquarian from North Carolina? And so even in the situation that I am going through, I don't mind sharing my energy, especially with the fact that my tribe is going to help me economically get some. So Mother Susan went out with me. I had to get liquor. I had to get a special type of rum, and I already have the candles and stuff like that. But there's other stuff that I had to get for him, and this is going to be a series of ceremonies that I'm going to do to lift his spirit, and in him lifting his spirit, because he's going to follow his mom. He's going to follow his mom for a while, and it's just normal. He's not going to even know that he has crossed over, because normally children are not cognizant. I have had children pass. I had a son from my first wife. He passed away. They said he was going to be stillborn, but he did. He lived for a moment. That's the first bond I ever had when he grabbed my finger. My deceased children follow me. They don't follow their mother. They may interact with their mother, but my deceased children of my relationships follow me. Sometimes Minister Mario was like, who are these kids that he ended up having a dream? He was asking me about these kids in my house. Those are my children that have passed on. So energy never dies, it's never destroyed, it's transmuted. And so I feel comfortable reiterating that to many of us, whether once we are born on this, whether once we receive a flesh body, that energy signature is eternal. That's why we need to educate ourselves about our energy, what helps us and what protects us. So I want to say to each and every one of you guys that sent donations towards those workings, I'm going to do an instant for him. Keisha already sent me a picture for me to be able to, because I have, and I'm going to say this. If you want to know why you spend thousands of dollars with me, or you donate $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000, because she's not in a position. She's a single mother. She's only can do so much because she got her own bills, her own responsibility. But as a collective, how everybody support, I'm going to be able to work with my Apollo spirits to help this child in this process. So it's not about what you pay today. It's about how it affects you in the long term, and putting people like me in position to help other tribal members that may not be in position at times. When you just come here to take, this I can't do that, because it has to be an energy exchange. I just came in and was able to understand what was happening at Keyshawn. Wishing nothing but blessings and time. Thank you so much. That's my Fetty from Oshun. This is why our particular lives and our particular things, because people on these lives genuinely care. They genuinely care, and they do what they can. And as a collective, when it all comes in, it puts me in a better position to do the things that I need to do. And so as I am recovering, because I think to me, in my opinion, I'm like 75%. I'm not 100, 75%. And I'm still not pushing myself, because I've been going from ceremony to ceremony. So I want to make sure that when I do this ceremony for this young man, that I'm in a better state to give proper ache to this young soul that just left here. But I wanted to say to each and every one, thank you so much for the helping hand, the encouragement to her. And we all know this is going to be a process, especially for the mother. Like, a mother losing a child, so we're not only just going to do things for, because I'm not asking anybody else to do this, but I'm going to do things for Keish, I'm going to do things for the mother, and I'm going to do stuff for the grandmother, because I need to have them as lifted as possible, because this is going to be hard for the child. The child he's going to be operating still like a child, and he's going to be looking, and he's going to be wondering why people are crying. You know, I want to remove that confusion, and so I have to lift the mother, I have to lift the new auntie, and I have to lift the grandmother, and that'll make it easy for the child. Those are three people that need a lot of Ache, and they're gonna need that kind of Ache for a minute. This ain't gonna be no one hit quitter. Okay, so just being honest with you. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so I want to say this. I'm gonna say some things. I'm a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign. It's Pisces. My subject tonight on Tuesday, as above, so below, Mars energy. Veneration of Eggun, or ancestors, should be proactive. The greatest thing, and one of the greatest things that Keisha was already doing, is she was doing her graveyard work. She put herself in a greater position before this happened to even help the situation. Okay? Veneration is to regard with great respect, reverence, to revere. Veneration is to adore, reverence, revere, or worship. To honor and to admire profoundly and respectfully. Melanated people, before I get into it, do not get offended by what I'm about to say. Sir and ma'am, do not get offended. I know what I'm talking about. I've been living this all my life. I'm initiate, I'm experienced, I'm not a novice. Let me educate you for free. You have no reason to be ignorant after tonight. First of all, let me say this. Hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. You cannot venerate what you don't respect. You cannot work with what you don't honor. Stop letting these people tell you to do things with Eggun ancestors. If you have no regard, no reverence, no honor for the name of Jesus Christ, if that's what you want to use, Jehovah Jireh, the Elohim, Adonai, you have no honor. How can you summon a name because you heard a name? Or it's almost like the seven sons of Sceva, the priest. I adjure you by the Jesus that Paul preached. When you don't call on powers or relationships with those powers that you yourself personally have respect for, regard, adore, admire, how can you, sir or ma'am, venerate Eggun when you didn't have no respect for your mother or your father? When you didn't have no respect for your grandmother, or you did not have regard for your grandfather? In order to venerate something, to honor it, to put it on the altar, means that you personally, this is why all spirituality is a personal journey. I am not concerned about the vehicle by which you choose to drive based off your ancestry. If you, sir or ma'am, don't look at the name of Alofi in high regard, stick with the name of Jesus. You're going to get more out of the name of Jesus Christ than you're going to get out of Alofi, because you on a personal level don't have that regard, that honor for that name. You're only doing a calling or summoning based off of what you've read, based off of what you've heard, but it's not out of relationship. When I go to Eggun, I go to Eggun in respect and regard to who they are, and I build a relationship, and then I ask. I don't tell, I don't demand. I ask for their intervention and their help. And based off of that relationship, based off of what kind of time we have, based off of spiritual contract, we start changing the laws of probability. This is why you will always hear me say, take care of your graveyard work. Show regard. Show honor. You cannot venerate what you do not honor. The reason why some of you guys get so quick of a manifestation with me because you already have a certain level of respect. Can I say that again, certain man? You should not be sitting in the seat or touching and agreeing with people in any form of spirituality when you do not regard or honor the people that you are touching and agree with. If you're already sitting in a seat and you're coming in and you have no respect and you're skeptic and you're an unbeliever or I want to see if this stuff works, you are hindering the flow of your own manifestation. This is why I tell people all the time, if you don't trust me, then don't work with me. If your Eggun tell you no, don't work with me. I, as Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., if your Egguns tell you no, I don't care how much you like me. I don't care how much you like how I do things. I don't care how much you like what I say. You got to regard, respect Eggun. This is why when I tell people, when your own ancestors, when you would disregard, disobey your own Eggun, who is my Eggun to you? If you won't even listen and follow instruction from your own ancestors, your own Orisha, your own Loa, who is mine? It don't start with who you working with. It starts how you respect your own spirit. If your spirit say, listen, work with him. We want to work with him. It don't matter if you get mad with me today or tomorrow. If you have regard and respect and honor your Eggun, you're going to put your feelings aside and you're going to obey. Let me tell y'all something. Black people make stuff complicated. And it's not complicated. Either you got regard for that spirit or entity or Eggun or Loa, or you don't. It's just that simple. Because if they tell you something and you believe in it, you're going to follow instruction. You're going to walk in a level of safety, healing, and protection. It's just that simple. Either you think I'm out here jaw-jacking or you think I'm telling the truth. Are you out here trying to be popular? Or are you really out here trying to follow what the spirit is saying? You can't convince even yourself to trust in your Eggun. The Bible has a scripture that says, my heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. I have been working with Kabbalah since I was 13 years old. I know what the 72 names of God can do. Whether I say Jehovah Jireh, whether I use Yezerah, I have built so much a fire relationship with those divine names that I have a certain level of comfort when I utilize those names for myself, for my loved ones, or for my clients. I have an expectation of certain manifestation. You can't just read a book, find out a name of an entity or get do I have that book up on me? Encyclopedias of Spirit, and just start saying Oshun, Yemiya, Yemija, or let me tell you something. If you have a relationship with a spirit or entity and you pronounce their name wrong, they still gonna show up. I have never not gotten a spirit to come to me because I pronunciated their name wrong. Me, I'm talking about me. Because the relationship, the connection, the umbilical cord was there. And they knew who I was talking to, and this is what I keep trying to tell black people. Your ancestors know you belong to them. If you don't ever know your great grandmama or granddaddy name, it don't matter. They know who you are. They know your energy signature. And when you say Eggun, that are here for my highest good and my purpose, guess what? They're going to show up. And you can live and die and never know their name, and they're going to be there all the time. Stop complicating your spiritual journey trying to know so much and trying to listen to others. That don't make people spiritual because they out here calling Ezeli Frida or Ezeli Don Toro or bearing something. That don't make them spiritual. What you watch is that relationship. What's up there, Jelly Sweets in the house? My ancestor told me I'm not really walking. There you go. Wait a minute. They told you that my Eggun be walking. Jeremy, that's a little that would require readings. Let me tell y'all something. As much as I would like to help a lot of y'all got to go through proper channels. And I'm gonna tell you why. I have certain clients that wanted me to do certain things, but I believe in protection. Because once you start activating Eggun, it's your responsibility to take care of them. This is why I'm a child of Oya. I'm a necromancer. Egguns have to be taken care of. And when you are venerating them, or in the respect of honoring them, you got to know how to feed them. You got to know how to take care of them. You got to know how to protect them. This is why there have always been Orisha, Loas, or whatever faith of spirits that go when a soul is released. There are spirits there to guard and protect that soul from encountering other spirits. Having an understanding of relationships and why that Eggun is showing up is so very, very important. Venerating from my aspect of necromancy is being able to, because what I've been doing, I've been feeding my Eggun. I have been giving my Eggun what they need. That's why I'm getting what I need. And that comes to being ritualistically initiated, so I would have certain tools at my asset to be able to give my Eggun. There's no outside looking in, you can only go so far. And that's all I be telling people about graveyard work, because I will go and deal with your Eggun and feed them. So, but who and what Eggun is, it's so many layers to it. It's so many layers to it. Honoring your mother and your father, giving honor to whom honor is due, the name of God or goddess, having your heart feel to venerate is that when you have your heart feel and honoring your priest. In every religion, every tradition, you got priests and priestess. Then you have high priest and high priestess. Depending on the hierarchy of their veneration and their initiations and their licensing and all these other things, allow them to have more tools and assets to work with Eggun or that energy or that frequency. It is just that Keisha's in a position where she's already a part of this family, this tribe, and so therefore I can elevate or work with her nephew, even with the permission of the mother. When you guys, let me tell y'all something. Let me give you an example about Eggun. When Minister Mario's mom passed away and went into the ancestral realm, I know that Minister Mario's family did not particularly care for me, right? I would teach Minister Mario how to venerate his mother, okay? And I assisted him in that veneration because I was still covering him and being his protector. But when Minister Mario crossed over into the land of the ancestors, because Minister Mario is buried right next to his mother, I do not touch her grave. Listen to me real well. For all of y'all that claim to be so spiritual because you Ifa, you initiate. Now that Minister Mario is not physically here, that is, and Miss Mara, other physical children are still alive. Out of respect for that Eggun and their mother, I don't cross that. And they are buried right beside it. I mean, sometimes I'm there, she speaks to me, she has conversation with me, but I do not mess with her grave. I did a lot of things with Minister Mario, with his mom, when he was physically here. Y'all don't want to respect protocol. And as much as Keisha was hurting, I still needed the permission of that child's mother. If I got the permission of the father, fine. But whoever is tied to that child or that person, with my Minister Mario, I go to his grave because I have legal right over his body. Besides the religion. But the point, I got legal right. And so I don't have to answer to anybody. And he wanted it that way. So, but I have my grandmother, I don't do the thing that I do. I venerate her, but she has living children. I'm a grandchild. I always show regard. Just because you're an initiate and just because you practice the ATRs and you understand the purpose and all of that, you still have to show respect to people and their loved ones. I'm not going to do, because I'm not there to upset anything. Because if I love her and I really regard her, I still respect that she is still somebody else's mother. And I only go so far with her gravesite. I take stuff out there, I do my part of that same, but I can go further with Minister Mario of the Egguns that I work with. You see what I'm saying? Because I have more freedom. You cannot venerate what you don't respect. When you have a mindset, I'm going to do what I want, how I want to, you're not venerating. You're not honoring. You're not showing adoration. And this is why some of y'all wonder why y'all's magic or y'all prayers are hindered or slowed up. You got to respect protocol. Now, if that was Keish and her Bambino, all I would have to, I wouldn't talk to her about what anybody else thought because she's the mother. But this is her nephew. You can't override the mother. You can't override the father. You can't. My biological father wanted me to preach his funeral. My biological father told my other brothers and sisters he wanted me to preach his funeral. That's where I got my leeway from. I didn't hear my dad say that. That my brothers and sisters told me, oh, Daddy wants you to preach the funeral. I have my dad's favorite fishing pole because my brothers and my sister, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all about respect. In veneration of Eggun, always, this is why we say, I say the God of my mother and my father, the God of my grandmother, my grandfather. I don't care if my natural biological grandfather did not buy me Pampers, pablum, never bought me school clothes. I still have to respect that lineage because without him, there is no me. Stop getting into your feeling because you don't get along or this person ain't showed up. You still, in order to do real magic, you still have to bring honor. That is the doorway. That is the bridge that got you here. And to disregard that only hurts you. It doesn't matter if your mother was a crackhead. You still got to give honor to whom honor is due. It don't matter if your dad is a loser, an all-time zero. You still have to give honor if you're going to be fully affected. Let me just say, let me change that. You ain't got to do nothing. But if you want to be able to have access freely of those energies and Eggun, then you got to show that regard. You got to show that respect. You can listen, you can read any book you want to, you can put out anything you want out there to feed them, give them, but they don't have to accept your offering. When my grandmother told me that was still her daughter, I stopped. I didn't go any further because I got respect for her. Some of you all, your Eggun will tell you no and you will go right past it. That shows the spirit. You don't regard them. You don't honor them. If you didn't want their counsel, why are you asking? Why you sitting down getting a reading from me and you ain't gonna do nothing I say? Like, because that means you don't regard the priest that I am of my said religion or practice. Real magic is understanding its relationship. It is giving honor, respect, and adoration to a higher power or some entity or energy that has crossed over, that is in relation to you. And this is how you properly grow, develop, and elevate your ancestry. Oh, I'm going to do voodoo and ain't nothing y'all going to be... No, you cannot do that. I'm going to do conjure, I'm going to do... Your grandmother did hoodoo and she bleed in her Bible. Put down her altar. Don't put Baron Sumsey on her altar. Don't put Ezeli Donto on her altar. Don't put Santa Marta on her altar. She did not have regards to those spirits, those energies. I don't care how much of God they are. You don't do what you want to when it comes down to veneration of Eggun. I don't care if your mama was a pastor. If she liked smoking cigarettes and her weed, put that on her altar. I'm going to say it again. If your mama was the head overseer of 300 churches, but she liked black and mild, put that on her altar. It ain't about you. It ain't about other people. It's about that Eggun. It's about that spirit. Giving that spirit what it wants so that spirit can come and honor you and bless you. That's why my magic is so successful as it is. I show regard. A lot of y'all get into you about trying to make a spirit do what you want to do, and then you not taking care of it. That is not what I teach. That's not what I preach. And that's not what I exhibit. And that's why we're going to do what we're doing with the permission of the mother of that child, with the trust of the auntie, the mother, and the grandmother. Apostle Ely is going to move forward and working with this child's spirit as this process goes by. This is why I'm telling you, build relationship with people. It makes it easier for that Eggun or that ancestor. That's why people understand about Minister Mara. I already had a relationship. So when Chloe, his daughter, decides to, if this is her direction, it's going to be easier. Not easy. Easier for her because the Eggun is already prepared. The Eggun already wants that. The Eggun is already, if I do protection work for Chloe, I am going to involve her father. He's Crown Mafedi Fun Ochosi, and Oya is his mother. That's wisdom, y'all. When I was doing my ceremony, it came up that Minister Mario wanted Chloe crowned. But he did not want her hair cut off. He literally said how he wanted her hair cut for her initiation. But her hair does not come off her head. Normally when you go through those initiations, women have to get their head shaved. So if I want to say, you know what, I'm going to do it the traditional way, she's going to go through like everybody else, and she's going to go, that's when the problem going to come. When Eggun say whatever they say or how you get initiated, I would not have none of these cauldrons if my Eggun was against it. If my ancestors was not down with me in doing palo or voodoo, the roads would get blocked. I don't possess them because I asked for them. I possess them because my Eggun, my ancestors, are giving the green light. Because they have to assist me in these magical practices. They have to be there to vouch for me. It's too many of y'all getting in there because you read a book. It's too many of y'all getting in there and you don't have respect, reverence, revere. When I go to Ocean, and I'll tell you guys about for my gays and my bis and stuff like that, you cannot, how can Osun Mare protect you as a gay man woman when you don't even have regard or respect for not only the priest, but you don't have respect for the entity itself? Like, tell me how that makes sense to you. How can Keish go to my Eggun? How can Keish go to my Orisha? She's not an initiate, but I can. But I can tell them, she's been there for me. She's supported me. I can build a case why they would want to help her and help this child, even though she's not an initiate. But she's always showing me, I don't want to mess up. You know, she always want to do stuff the right way, and I don't want to mess up. All of that shows reverence. When somebody tell you don't be scared, that's a fool. That's a fool. There's the fear of God and the divine. That's why I don't fear man. Because my fear is in the right place. I fear the divine. That's why they say in the scripture, they say, you fear God who can destroy the soul and the body. Not worried about what man can do, because all man can do is destroy the body. You eternal regardless, with or without this body. So this is what I want to share tonight. While we do this, while we show her love, but I'm going to be behind the scenes doing other things to make this whole process a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot easier for this young soul. And it's going to be over a period of time. But this is why I tell my young practitioners, handle your business right. People will not only trust you with their spiritual work, they will trust you with their children, their grandchildren. You won't have to get out here and do all this other crazy stuff trying to get clientele. Just do your job, play your role, and do right by people. Yeah, you're going to lose some of that, but for the most part, you're going to have people that are going to be with you for a lifetime. You see what I'm saying? Do right, understand whatever it is that you practicing, and know your capacity and your measure of gift, and operate in that. And God in Eggun is going to bless you. I cannot, without, voodoo comes first in my life. Haitian voodoo comes first in my life. So my Loa, even though he's an Eggun too, he still has to get permission for me to initiate in that. So all of my cauldrons are in synchronicity with voodoo because of how I'm set up. Not how other people got initiated, how I'm set up. Take your time, find you somebody you can trust. Find somebody that has a real connection with the divine. Have a real connection with their own Eggun. And you're going to see that in their own life and their manifestation. If I wasn't a divine healer, I would not have been able to come through. I have come through, in my 50s. I'm 51 years old. I ain't never dealt with this stuff. I come through urinary tract infection as a man, because that's a difference. Because you discharging out your vagina versus me discharging out of my penis is a whole nother different situation. I had an abscess that went out of control, and then I went through where they were initiating me, and the spirit was taking over my body, and I started getting sores on my body in representation of Kobiende, out of representation of Babaluaye. And so I started getting stuff because I showed them to my members. I've never had scars on I've always had beautiful skin. So I had to go through that, and now I'm going through whatever this is with my body and my muscles and stuff like that. And I'm still, other people in the hospital on ventilators, I'm up and about. May not be 100, but Eggun is still moving that sickness, removing that whatever this is, and allowing me to still get up and do what I need to do. This is a person got to be an example of the very magic they're out here selling or proclaiming that they can do for you. So, I don't care who it is. That's even down to me. People cannot give you what they don't have. I don't care how much they talk about it. I don't care how much they cheerlead about it. People cannot, sir and ma'am, even down to apostle, give you what they don't have. And you can't get what you can't afford. Get in position that you don't get caught where you can't do what you need to do for you and yours. I think that's the best counsel that I can give anybody, no matter what you practice. My mom used to tell me and my sister, it's best to have a tool and not need it than to need it and not have it. If you think like that, sir and ma'am, I'm not saying you're going to be prepared for everything that come up in your life, but you damn sure would not be caught off too many times with not being in a position to do something about it. So I encourage your graveyard work. If you're not going to get initiated, I encourage you to become a member of my Apollo family or my eventually my Voodoo family, but my Orisha family, and I am going to work for you. I am going to make sure Eggun get taken care of. I'm going to make sure that your desires come to pass. If they permit, I should say it like that. But I'm going to do my part. And that's what I'm proud of Keisha. She was already in place. I told you guys, Brother Johnny, I was trying to encourage, I don't tell people what to do. I had saw death around him. And actually I thought they were coming for him, to be very honest with you. And I was like, Brother Johnny, you really need to, you really need to get your graveyard work. So he really took his time to pay it, but he eventually paid it. The day that he paid his last payment on his graveyard work, that's the day that his granddaughter came out of the hospital. It was shortly after he took care of Eggun. That's when she came out of the hospital. She came out of intensive care, and she's been out of the hospital ever since. Being slowful, being unaware how you may be affecting certain miracles or certain manifestation. This is what I was telling Keish as a young mother by her doing her incense burn for her child and getting certain things done and wanting her child to get consecrated and all of these things. And I talked to Natasha about it, Karen O'Brien. I watched different ones. Not so much men, but I do see more women doing proactive work in not only for themselves, but for their children or their child. That certain man is the smartest thing, the wisest thing. If you ever want to understand where I'm coming from, doing stuff ahead of time puts you in such a stronger position. If my spiritual brother, if somebody worked with his kids, he already got everything he needs to block that, reverse that, to fight them off. If somebody started trying to work my children, it ain't going to be good. I don't have to be nowhere close to my kids to do what I need to do for my children. And that's come from preventative, proactive work. That's smart. I don't care. If you know you want to grow some levels in your economics, be proactive. Because I really understand right now I'm so heavy into my great hours. But baby, it's at the end of the day, and this is what and I don't think Natasha minds me saying it. You young. A lot of these people have come into a lot of this magic older. Natasha's daughter, what Natasha's doing now is propelling her daughter earlier in her life than she had. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, I'm 51 years old. I'm super bad because of things that were done before I was born. Things were done during my birth. And so therefore, I was able to do stuff so young because what was already done for me. That's wisdom. There's nothing dumb about that. There's nothing ignorant about that. Certain protections you put over your children. Before they ever learn the Psalm 23, Psalm 54, 55, before they ever learn any of that, you already got Eggun or spirits all over their life, moving things for them. They were like, oh my God, how did my children experience it? They don't have the prayer life I got. They don't have the relationship with Eggun God, but I do. So I take care of Eggun, Eggun take care of mine. And I want to say that these are the wisdom and the principles by which I live and what I share. But sir and ma'am, I don't care who you are, where you at, I would never force you into a ceremony or to do a working that you're not comfortable with. And at the end of the day, it's your choice. All I can do is present what I have to offer, but I encourage melanated people to stop being reactive. Be proactive. Talk to your Eggun. So you can get, because if they want you to get this, you're going to come up with the money. Don't worry, money ain't your problem. Doing right with that is what's the problem. And look at different things that can be done for her and growth in this process. And she still got her tribe. Her mama ain't got to go through this by herself. They're going to still hurt. We can't change that. But we can change how the outcome is. And I've gone through it with Mr. Mario. I've gone through it with other loved ones. Never with a child. Never with my mother. I went through it with my father. I understand death cycle. But to have a support team with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, it's heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. And thank you, Bailey and Keith. Like a lot of these tribes, Bailey and different ones have sent in for to help me do the ceremony that I want to do. I got most of all the stuff is over there. Mother Susan went with me, but I'm just checking my energy levels. So I want to say to the tribe, thank you for giving a damn. Thank you for being more than lip service. Thank you for considering, if that was you, what you would want from your tribe. Thank you for being black, concerned about black people, and this is how we replicate good behavior towards one another. And understanding why we invest in this particular platform, because we believe in the vision of this particular priest and this particular elder, and how he functions in his spirituality and his magic with the tribe. This is important for us. And once again, thank you to each and every one of y'all. She wanted the opportunity to thank you guys for contributing to this ceremony that I'm going to be doing over various of days. Thank you so much, Chris. But I think she's up in here. Hold on. I do have his picture. I'm gonna wait on the family before I post anything on social media in his behalf. But I'm gonna get permission from Keish and the mama and the grandma, if they, get them some time and figure out what they want to do with their loved one, and then as a tribe, based off what I get from the mom, because her mom got my number and stuff, so it's not like she can, Keish can get in touch with her nephew's mom. So whatever they decide to do, we're gonna respect that, and then I'm gonna do what I do on my end. And so, because right now, the head in the air, like it's a lot going on, and especially when a mother loses a child, she all over the place. And so what they need is peace, and a lot of mental and emotional support. And so, and for her to even to process it, and then go through the actual the funeral arrangements around this child. This is gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride. So it ain't nothing easy about this. We just gonna make it easier. Ain't nothing. There's things in life ain't easy, but the right people in your life makes it easy. What I'm going through right now and dealing with ain't easy, but y'all make it easy. That's what I'm trying to. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. When you have the proper people in position, no matter what you're going through, it makes it easier, not easy. God didn't promise easy. Easier. All right. So much love to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. Keish, we love you. You got my number, so you're going to have moments or whatever, but, let me know what the family decides to do, and then I'm going to follow suit. I'm not going to get ahead of the family. I'm not going to get ahead of the mother. So just let me know, and no matter what I'm going through, I'm be doing what I was called to do to the day I die. So don't think you bothering me or whatever, because that's not a bother, because at this particular time, you need a lot of support. Okay? And so that's what we're going to try to do in our own way as a tribe. And I'm going to try to be the best I can be as a godfather, and make this as easy on you as I can. Thank you, Jealous Sweets, for sending that donation in. Like, these people really care. And everybody, let me tell y'all something. Because I get paid Thursday, because I'm going to do something else on my own. Ain't got nothing to do with Keish, y'all, or whatever. I'm the godfather, godparent of Keish, and this is a situation, and this is a child involved. And so once I get paid, I'll be able to do other stuff that I'm going to do I'm going to protect them, so they can go through this, and I'm going to protect this child. I'm going to go to my Orisha, Oya, to guide this child. I'm going to light a candle, because when spirits cross over, they need light. Their sight is different, so they need light. So I'm going to be lighting a candle tonight with Eggun for him, so he can see his way. Things won't be so dark and cloudy and murky for him. So I'm going to do that tonight before I go to bed for him. It's over a year. I still light candles for Minister Mario, son of Achosi. Spirits have to, they don't see the same. We do not see the same way in when we're in the spirit world. Lights matter. So, but I want to handle it. I'm going to take care of it. Chris from Philly said I have a son. Yeah, but this is what's beautiful about community. This is what's beautiful about the tribe. This is what's beautiful about that. And that's why people like me need to be in the right position, right state of mind for people to make better decisions and learn how to conduct themselves, and even in something that's this tender and this is delicate as this is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked all my white compadres. I went with the shits tonight. You know, I want this young lady to get what she needs to get, and get her sister as much energy as she can get, because it's gonna be a ride, and it's gonna be a minute. Been there, done that. All right, I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the flip. I'm going to work tomorrow, no matter how I feel tomorrow, but I got to get, because I got to take care of stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow night, and I love you. I appreciate you. Keith, you know I love you. To your sister, tell your mom I love her, and I'm gonna be praying for y'all and doing some things for him tonight to make sure he gets some light in his eyes so he can see his way. All right, but he's gonna be doing a lot of traveling. All right, God bless you.